Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Fandom Empire Live. The date is, what the fuck is the date today? It's May the 20th, 2021. That's right, last night or yesterday was the, I suppose it'd be the 20-year, is that accurate? 20-year anniversary? No. 22-year anniversary since The Phantom Menace was released in theaters. That made me feel old because I remember seeing it. Anyways, tonight's all about Halloween. It's Halloween H20. It's a watch-along. Some of us like H20. Some of us don't like H20. So strap yourselves in and just have some fun. Watch this fun little movie with us and sit back and enjoy. I want to apologize. Normally we're late and tardy just because we want the audience to build up a little bit, and then we go live. Today was definitely a Skype issue. Sometimes Skype does this thing where it resets your settings, and it's kind of like, fuck you. So that happens. Without further ado, the co-host for this evening. First up, it's a second episode on Fandom Empire. It's Mr. Mike Bish. What's happening, dude?
What's up, man? How's it going? Feels good to be here. Close to Friday, close to the weekend, so I'm excited.
You're excited. It is almost Friday. It is almost Friday. It's not a long weekend down in the States, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
Unfortunately not.
Interesting. May 2-4 up here anyway. Right, Kieron? It is May 2-4 this weekend, I think?
Yes.
It is? Yeah. So, also introducing Kieron, host of the Rick and Morty Fan Show. What's going on, man?
Oh, not too much. I'm ready to watch the movie. I was also tuning into the Toronto-Montreal game just like you were and saw that brutal hit, but I'm ready to, see people get carved up with a knife too.
Yeah, hockey aside, definitely thoughts and prayers out to Barry. He gave a thumbs up, though, so, I mean, that's always a plus, but my God, I've never quite seen something like that happen in hockey before, the falling back, so... it is what it is. Also joining us, number 2 at Fandom Empire. Him and I and Mike all own the same version of this movie. It's the 3-pack, which is apparently no longer a cheapo pack, according to Mike. It's Tommy B. What's happening, man?
Hey, yeah, cheapo squad. Yeah,
Cheapo squad.
Hashtag cheapo squad. So this 3-pack was out of print for quite a while. I think it came back into production like over the summer, and they were pushing it for like $15. I got it for like 10 a couple months later, maybe ish. I don't know. Maybe the price has gone back up. I didn't have time to check the listing. A quick shout out. Anyone who saw the original show ad for 9 p.m. and you see me rushing back and forth fixing that. Sorry for that. I guess I thought it was Tuesday, but...
Oh, I was going to say, did I do that?
Nope, buddy. You did that. That was all me. I was rushing and getting everything in. There was no reason to rush, because as always, we were late anyway, and there was a problem. Thank you, Skype. Fuck you, Skype. Yeah, but we made it. We're here, and we're ready to watch some H20. Who here on this panel likes this movie?
I
like it. It's not the worst movie in the.
I do. It's in my top 5 of the Halloween
Really,
movies.
top 5. I think that's better for me. Than me.
It's at 5 for me.
Wow.
It's in my bottom 5.
Yeah, it's right at 5 for me. Oh, it's in your bottom 5, you said?
Yeah.
I have to check. It's been a while.
Gabriel Lyric says new Halloween Kills pick tomorrow. I have no idea, to be honest. I mean, something showed last Friday, so Empire generally follows that up with something the following week. Maybe that's not the case this time. So the thing I'm curious about, though, was that Empire picture something new that they've put together, or was that something they intended to roll out with the marketing last year? Because if that's the case, then maybe there will be nothing tomorrow. So who really knows, though? We'll see what happens. This is about Halloween H20, though. I'm kind of on this movie. To me, this is a movie that had like lots of potential. And they go a little softcore with it, in my opinion. It's not hardcore. It's more softcore. And wow, everybody just reset there. So let's make sure everybody's audio is working okay. Kieron, how many times have you seen this movie, man?
3 or 4. It's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie, bad acted or anything. It's not memorable to me.
I find it memorable because of the wasted potential. So memorable for the wrong reasons for me. But Mike, how about you, man? How many times have you seen H2O, and why is it in your top 5?
Well, over 15 times, easily. To my top 5, I would say for the lack of the later movies, real quick, I would go, obviously the original H2, Halloween 4, 2018, and H2O would be right there. And then you could go neck and neck with the producer's cut of 6, but I didn't care for Resurrection or any of the Rob Zombies, so it just happens to be where it falls. And I got positives in this movie and I got negatives in this movie. I love the way this movie opens, and we'll get to that when the movie starts, but that's just a positive right off the bat.
I love the way this movie opens too, actually, and I can't wait to point a few things out. Tommy, just give me a little bit of audio. Say whatever the fuck you want. Go fuck yourself.
Well, not on screen. I can make money for that.
You make money for that?
I could make money.
OnlyFans.
The Tommy B OnlyFans.
I have a little more self-respect for myself than that, Sean, on a public free YouTube stream. Jeez.
So it's very easy to get sucked into a movie while you're watching it, even on a live stream like this.
Sucked.
Have you had a little bit of the magic go-go juice today, Tommy?
You know the answer to that is no.
So yeah, no with an eye wink. So it's easy to get sucked into a movie while we're watching it. We'll try to pay as much attention to the chat as we can. If you want to support the channel or absolutely guarantee that your question or comment gets read, send in a super chat. It goes a long way to supporting what we're doing here. But Frank Riker coming in hot right off the top. H20 is in my top 11 Halloween movies.
Yeah, I doubt I get sucked into this movie.
Sucked.
Well, in fairness, you and I have a bit of a side distraction going on, so. But yeah.
Boo! Sports boo!
Sports boo. Go away, Tommy. So we're going to start at Dimension Films. On our version, it's 6 seconds in. But as your movie is loading in, Dimension comes up right away, and then Films comes in one letter at a time. As soon as Dimension Films is completely on your screen, that is where we're starting. Again, 6 seconds for us. We're going to start this thing up now because Fandom News Now is on after this, and at this rate, it won't get on till about 10 o'clock. So, is everybody good? Mike, Tommy,
Ready
Kieron?
to go.
Yes, let's go.
All right, let's do this. So we will click play on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
What an opening. Just saying.
Nom. Yummy pumpkin yum.
I like the visuals. I like the leaves on the ground. It actually looks like fall.
It does.
Which a lot of movies lack in this franchise.
It feels like Halloween, which is important.
Yeah, they do a good job. There's a lot of Christmas movies where they screw that up. Like, it's supposed to be Christmas, but you know it's not. Just watching.
Like forced snow.
Yeah.
My God, it's Marion Chambers entering her second of 3 Halloween timelines now. Jade wants to know if Swiss Chalet is a thing in the States. I don't believe so.
What is that?
I was gonna say I have no idea what that is.
It's unbreaded chicken.
We have unbreaded chicken in the U.S.
It's an actual chain up here.
A
gotcha.
chain. No, I don't think we have that. As for your question of is this a long weekend for us? No, but next weekend is U.S. Memorial Day. That's a 3-day week.
Absolutely.
Hey, Toronto Freddy, Jimmy's about to get suspended again. I gotta turn mine up a bit. I can't hear enough.
Oh shit!
Hey, your audio's coming through of the movie.
Whose?
I can't tell whose it is. Someone's was.
I mean, my TV's pretty close to my my mic now, but
It's what I like about these unidirectional mics. They don't pick up the stuff from, the other side of the room or whatever.
Frank Riker.
Frank, you're an idiot, man. Oh man.
Frank might be one of my favorite human beings on planet Earth.
I thought I was your favorite human being.
Oh, I mean, that's a different story. That's some pay-per-view shit, bud. Jade says they can't hear the audio, so that's a plus.
Okay, that's good. I'm not hearing it anymore. I heard it for like a brief 3-second interval, maybe, if that.
Just so we're clear, Frank Riker is clearly talking about Joseph Gordon-Levitt, right? No, that'd be crossing the line. Marion Chambers, clearly.
I saw Joseph Gordon-Levitt in Roseanne the other day. He was like, must have been like 8. And he looks the exact same. Like, he always looks the exact same.
He turned himself into a pretty reputable actor, though.
He's had a tremendous career if you think about all the things he's done.
Oh, for sure.
I'm getting the audio again. None of you others are hearing any of it, really?
I can, but I don't know if the chat can.
Okay.
Here, I think I know a way to fix this. I'll just mute myself when not talking. I dig this. So let me ask you guys right off the top, specifically you, Mike, because I haven't talked to you about this. I honestly think the biggest flaw in this movie is a truly abysmal score. It doesn't sound anything like Halloween, and if you were to go back and redo the score to this movie, I think it would make the movie so much better. You don't have to change a single scene, and just changing the score would help.
Oh, I agree 1,000%. I mean, it's straight dog shit in this movie, and that was one of my flaws with the movie, alongside others, especially the mask when it comes to a certain scene. But, yeah, I agree.
Why is Toronto Freddy giving us a middle finger?
Did we say something bad about Freddy?
Is that us, Toronto Freddy, or is that just Sean?
The hell is that supposed to mean?
Well, he did at Fandom Empire, so, I mean, you're the one who's on the Fandom Empire account. Is that for all of Fandom Empire, all of us on screen, or is that just for you?
Well, I mean, if it's all of Fandom Empire, isn't he technically giving himself the middle finger? Robert says, has anyone seen original footage where Charles S. Dutton played a detective in H2O? I have not. I didn't.
Not either.
I wasn't aware that was a thing.
No.
So what do y'all think about them bringing back Marion Chambers to kick this movie off?
Well,
killing her off.
You couldn't.
Good use of the character.
You couldn't bring back Loomis, so I was all for her coming back. They obviously have a couple of nods to Loomis here right now in the intro credits.
Yep, which I thought was done very well.
Very much so.
See, you're wrong. Loomis isn't it just there?
I dig the opening, but Frank also brings up the 3 masks. It's actually 4 masks in this movie. So,
oh man, it's terrible. I watched like a million YouTube videos on it, and I think if they would have stuck with the mask that they went with in this scene, which
it's the
from
H6
what
mask.
which is the H6 mask,
yep.
that would have worked.
He looks perfectly fine there. I dig it.
So I don't know.
What I love this whole opening though is like this is another one of those things that proves that Michael is not just like Jason. He's not just a mindless guy. Like he went through
was able
there.
to
He found
pick up the
information.
file and read it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too.
He can also drive a vehicle, of course.
Michael Myers is smart. Make no mistake about that. And we see some of that in Halloween Kills coming up too. It's not just aimless slasher movie. He is a intelligent dude.
Intelligent psychopath.
Absolutely love this. Skate to the face. Creative kill.
He got fucked.
I kind of wish that's something we would have seen, but like maybe in a deleted scene or something like that. But
not a big fan of the guy falling in on the door because that makes no sense. But
yeah,
I think
I like that.
I think that scene or that particular kill could have been caught on screen. I don't think we needed to see both off screen.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, my audio was definitely loud there. Welcome back to some more useless Haddonfield police officers.
I like the simple neck slit for her. I like that a lot. I like the opening scene a lot.
Would you say that's something else we gotta do? We don't do lists every week. I'm happy we don't do lists every week, but that's something we could do. We could rank the opening scenes at some point or another.
That would be a good list.
Yeah,
top 3 or top 5, something like that.
Kieron would have Leprechaun at 1.
Oh no, I was referring exclusively to Halloween. But
come on, Leprechaun's got such a good opening though.
God, it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
That's the first Patreon show for me. Leprechaun special.
I'll tune in, I promise.
Kieron Presents. That's right. Kieron Presents is not all that far away. Oops, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. Apologies, people. I was looking for the Kieron Presents thing, which I believe is right here. There we go. Kieron Presents, live on Patreon. The first show is Sunday, May the 30th.
Who the fuck is that?
That's Kieron.
That's
me.
Biz.
What do you think? You're cool?
I am cool.
That's the Miz.
That's me dressed up as Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat 11 when he goes back in time and sees himself as this I don't know. He's even worse Johnny Cage than Johnny Cage normally is.
But there you have it. Kieron Presents debuting on the Patreon next week. Let's get back to this. I like this intro. I don't like the theme they use, but I like the intro. And by the way, fun fact, we got some Star Wars and Halloween merging together here because that's Tom Kane that does Loomis's voice here, a.k.a. Yoda from the Clone Wars.
You don't say. Huh.
I was pretty happy with the voice, honestly.
Huh.
I prefer, I don't even know the guy's name, but I prefer the voice they used in 2018 better. I think he nailed it more. That was
really good.
But I do like Tom Kane.
Yeah, I really do like this part too. It's great to do this in a movie that's flash forward. This is the first in its own new timeline, so they get to pay homage to a lot of different things and show you that a lot of things still exist there, and then they can go with their own story and not have to go back and tell that, right?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the intro credits, even though we've seen him for the last time.
So overall, as a casting, what do y'all think of the movie?
Like the cast itself,
Yeah.
I like it. I really like the cast in this movie. I think LL Cool J is great in this movie. I find Josh Hartnett annoying, but he's a 17-year-old kid and he should be annoying.
Yeah.
Michelle Williams is strong in this movie. I can't remember the actor and the actress that played their friends in it. Then there's the dude who plays friggin' Laurie's boyfriend in this. I can't remember the actor's name, but he was the main villain in
Adam Arkin?
Adam Arkin, that's it. Sons of Anarchy season 2. He played the Nazi sympathizer. Played him very good too. He was a real crooked piece of shit in that show.
He was.
There's not a lot of bad acting in Sons of Anarchy, to be honest.
Hell of a show.
There's what? Sorry, Kieron?
That there's not a lot of bad acting in Sons of Anarchy.
The worst acting might come from the lead. And I like Charlie Hunnam, but man, does he break that accent so many times in the middle of a scene.
I could see that.
That must be so hard. Hey, look, it's Scream 3. Halloween H2O. Got my movies confused.
Scream 3? Really?
Same set.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Same set. You know what's funny?
Difference is this movie was probably good.
Jade knew that before I did.
Although a lot of people don't like either movie, so what the fuck?
Yeah, that makes sense. That where all the curtains were there. That's like near the end of the other movie, right?
Yep, and that's where they go at the end of Scream 3. Yep.
They have a fight. Yeah, that's definitely sticks out once you say it.
The movies came out fairly close to one another too. Terry Willis in the chat says Adam Arkin is great in SOA. I mean, I don't like the character, but his acting as that character in Sons of Anarchy Season 2 is awesome, and he actually gets away with it. Spoiler alert, he gets away. The one character you probably wanted to die more than most on that show, and he got away. Toronto Freddy says you love the Psycho Easter egg with Janet Leigh in the original car with a Psycho theme nod when she tells Laurie we're all entitled to one good scare. Yeah, no, that is some good stuff.
As they opened up with Laurie here, they had a flashback to the bit with her and Michael tearing apart the closet. I was just taking a glance at it, and it looked a little cleaner. Did they really restore that or touch it up or something, or is that just me?
They probably restored it at that time. I mean, that's 20...
I doubt they reshot it. I mean, they can't really. She's older.
I don't think they reshot it. But even this movie, if you read Taking Shape 1, did not turn out to be what they intended. You know, when they started talking about doing this movie, it was Jamie Lee Curtis. It was John Carpenter. I can't remember if Deborah Hill had died before this or not. But there was a bunch of them that were on board to do it. And basically the only one that ended up staying on the project due to creative differences and financial differences was Jamie Lee Curtis, which she would then later call a cash cow.
Released when?
1998.
Deborah Hill died in 05.
All right. So, yeah, she was probably expected to be involved, too. There's actually, you can YouTube a documentary on it. Sounds like they had big plans and they just sort of kept having to change it.
When we bring up Deborah Hill, I always like to bring up a little piece of Halloween trivia that you enlightened me to, Sean. And that is, the town of Haddonfield is taken for Haddonfield, New Jersey, which was Deborah Hill's hometown. I'm pretty sure what it was. I grew up not too far from Haddonfield, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, so I remember I think it was my second time I was ever able to drive up to Philly. I was up there for some sports game, and I went to some mall in New Jersey. And on my way to the mall, I passed through Haddonfield. I'm like, that's interesting. So I just ended up Googling it, and I found out the same thing that you just said. I thought that was pretty cool. It's like, what are the odds?
What do you guys think of the people, and like I've seen a lot of this, but the people whose headcanon is that this happened and then she left and then, and then we get the events of the new Halloween, like she redid her life again.
Well, I mean, she dies in Resurrections, so...
Yeah, but just this movie.
So their headcanon is 1 H2018?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that.
I've seen lots of people say that, and I mean, there are some people who are saying they expect her to reveal that, her son is in one of the next movies, which, we don't expect to happen, but...
The age doesn't add up for Kieron.
I was going to say, I heard rumors of Josh Hartnett that might show up in Ends. He could play anybody, though. The same way if Danielle Harris shows up in Ends, I don't expect it to be Jamie Lloyd.
No, of course, yeah. But I there are some people out there who think that, he'll show up in Kills or he'll show up in Ends, and he will be like her son that she's estranged from now.
I think there's a way you could do that without including H2O, but Karen's age doesn't work in this, unless, I suppose, theoretically, she could have had Karen first, and then Karen gets taken away, and then she moves away and then has him. But even that, I don't think the ages add up. I don't think
I've heard of that headcanon before. It's very interesting, but yeah, the Karen age thing, it bothers me. It sticks out to me. It's cool. I'll admit that. Wish that's something they could go back and do. It's definitely a better take than what they did with Resurrection. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Yeah, me neither, especially that opening scene. I thought
and the opening scene's the best fucking part of the movie.
I mean, I thought the way that they ended this movie, or H2O, not to jump ahead, should have been the way that this storyline should have ended, period, with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, actually, that sounds good. I mean, when we get to that scene, we could talk more about it, but I'm pretty positive on that.
The one headcanon thing I have heard is, I haven't heard the one Kieron mentioned, but the one I did hear about was the idea that the events of 4, 5, and 6 did happen, and that she faked her death and thought that getting away from Jamie would get her out of, Michael's path if he somehow survived.
Is there any possible way just to drop 5 out of that whole scenario?
That'd be excellent. A Saurus once told me Halloween 5 sucks.
You don't say.
Got a good source.
That's a good source. Yes, I concur. Speaking
of the source thing, I want to throw this out there now. On Tuesday's show, we're gonna have a discussion about the sources that we use here on the channel, whether it's Halloween or Star Wars, and how we do things. I thought Dave McRae had a rather enlightening stream today about how sources work, and if it's just a bunch of this person heard from this person, who heard from this person, who heard from that person, or how much of it is firsthand info. So we'll give you a little bit of a look behind the curtain in terms of how we decide what to roll with and what we don't roll with. But for like a big time deep dive in it, check out his stream today. I think it's very enlightening and definitely offers some tips on how to run a YouTube channel.
You know what I hate about this? I hate when people get killed in the bathroom, because that's the place I don't want to be scared. Like, I want to be safe in the bathroom.
True, like I do not want to die.
That's the only place I don't want to be bothered. So, like, don't kill me in the bathroom.
Max says, nice jersey, Sean. It is. It is a nice jersey.
Such a weird mask, man.
I don't mind it there, that one. the more alien-looking one. It's the one with the eye holes. That just are like 4 times too big for him. Not a big fan of. Although I got a Funko Pop of that that's been on its way forever now, it seems like. And then there is the CG man. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that scene.
So I don't know if y'all have read anything on that. I haven't. As far as the mask, why they chose to use different masks throughout the movie, I have no idea what the reasoning behind that is. And if anybody in the chat knows, please enlighten me, because I just don't understand that at all.
I don't even know if that comes up in Taken Shape 1. And again, if you guys have not checked out the Taken Shape books, they're a must-buy if you're a fan of this franchise and love like a deep dive into the geekiness behind everything. But I don't even think they really touch on that too much, which I found kind of interesting. It's just a horrible idea. You know, it's one thing switching the mask once. You know, we fucked up and we can't afford to go back and reshoot everything. Let's make one switch. 4 different masks? Ugh. And you know the part where I'll wait till it comes up, actually.
Well, why did they do the CG? Do you know that?
No, I don't. I have no idea why they did. I'm guessing they didn't like the shot.
Yeah. It had to look bad for some reason, but so bad that they did something worse.
I was about to say, it would have to literally look like dog shit times 10, because that's exactly what the one in this movie that they kept looks like.
It almost feels like they're trying to sabotage this movie at times, which is unfortunate, because I feel like this movie had a lot to go off of. Excuse me. There's a scene where, and I'll point it out again as it comes up, but it's forever from now. Michael is like stalking Josh Hartnett and Michelle Williams' characters, John, and I can't remember the girl's name. But they switched the mask during that stalking scene like 4 or 5 times. Like, it's so jarring. But are you just intentionally fucking around now? Like, this isn't a fan film. It's a multi-million-dollar motion picture film.
Flinner in the chat mentioned, wasn't Carpenter supposed to direct this? Sean, you told me a story about this once before. Wasn't he like involved from afar and kind of tapped Jamie Lee to do more for it? Something like that?
Well, I mean, Carpenter was supposed to be very involved in this film at one point in time. Like, I could be wrong. I feel like when this film first went into production, he agreed to direct it. And it went from director to heavily involved executive producer overseeing the script to, fuck you, I'm out.
How do y'all feel about them stepping out of Haddonfield for this movie? Because really, it's really one of the first movies that they did that.
I like the decision because it's something different.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of the setting they picked.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, because it makes sense. I mean, let's be honest. Jamie's not going to stay in Haddonfield still.
No. Even though she does in 2018. And that,
I was about to say, yeah.
Considering how, like, she is obviously, battling what happened to her 40 years prior, you think she would have left.
Yeah, I mean, it can make sense both ways. I feel like this Jamie in H2O and Jamie in 2018, although they're both fucked up, they're a different type of fucked up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Both alcoholics, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of a staple of being fucked up.
Yeah, either alcohol abuse or drug abuse.
I do really like LL Cool J's character in this.
50 times better than the next movie. With Busta.
Better than Busta, yeah. Don't say that around Tommy.
Don't be dissing Busta. I thought he provided valuable comedic value.
Oh God.
So Sean, when you picked this movie for the watch along, what made you decide to go with H2O?
Well, the truth is we're probably going to do all the Halloween movies between now and the time Halloween Kills comes out. But this, I believe, and this one and the Rob Zombie movies are the only ones we haven't watched on the channel. Johnny and I did a watch along on the Facebook page before we were heavily involved in YouTube. But it's one that we haven't done on the channel, and I just thought it's
Nice.
it's kind of a mellow Halloween film.
It is. I would agree with that.
I did say that. My wife was down here, and I was like, you know what? This one might not actually bother you. It's not that crazy.
No, it's very mellow. I think she'd be fine. Like, if anybody was, like, super, like, just doesn't like slashers and doesn't want to see a shit ton of blood and not too many jump scares, although I suppose this is supposed to be one of them, even though Michael in the Daylight just does not work. Except for in the original film, which I thought he was excellent in the Daylight, and in 4 in the Bandaged Mask. But no, I think anybody who is afraid of really deep diving into a horror movie could probably take this one on fairly fine.
Where do you have this ranked at, Sean, for you?
Oh man, we did a ranking video a few months back.
Did you?
I have it above Resurrection. I have it above both of Zombies movies, and I have it above 5. So it's probably in like that 6 or 7 area.
I think I just had both Rob Zombies and Resurrection below this. I think that's all.
Draven. The movie really does drag. The whole time I'm just expecting the Dawson's Creek theme to kick in.
Okay,
that's
so
awesome.
I went back and I found a top 10 ranking that we did of Halloween movies. I don't know if this was the most recent one. Actually, it probably was, and I think this note is from mid-August last year. So, I ranked H2O at number 6 at that time.
Yeah, I think 6 and 7 are pretty accurate. Or 6 or 7 in the list. It doesn't make my top 5. I know there's a lot of people that are pretty critical over Halloween 6. And I'm not a big fan of the theatrical cut of 6. But I really like the producer's cut.
See, and that's what I would go. I would flip flop with H2O and 6, because the Curse of Michael Myers is at number 6 for me. So I guess it could go either way. But I just give the nod to H2O. I'm not a big fan of the whole Thorn thing. I just can't get down with that.
You're a Thorn hater?
I love the whole Thorn stuff.
I've grown to really like 6. I'm not gonna lie to you; it was a lot farther down on my list, but it was one of those movies where I'm just like, you know what, this isn't really that bad to me. Like, I can watch this.
Every time something really cheesy and dumb can only be done in an old B horror movie, like an old, like low budget, like anything that they would do there is always good for me.
Frank says, "Do you think?"
I love the Friday the 13th with the girl with the telepathic powers and stuff like that, because it's like that's something dumb that only like that's like that like a 4th or 5th entry in a horror franchise would do, and so I love it.
Frank says, "Do you think Laurie has more trauma at the 20-year mark or the 40-year mark?"
40.
So I think naturally 40 would be the correct answer. But Laurie has way more fight in the 40-year mark, obviously age 18. But still, as you'll learn in Halloween Kills, there's a lot of mental trauma going on with some of that stuff. And you learned it in Halloween age 18, pardon me. Not even Kills, but Kills does touch on it a bit more. She's pretty messed up. So I would say 40 just because, she's been dealing with it for twice as long. And even though she has more fight back to it, she's still obviously dealing with issues that have basically ripped apart her family.
Yeah, I would agree with 40 as well. She's just, I don't know, she has all that anger built. She's just a badass, a fucked up badass in 40 to me. And in H2O, I mean, she has a couple scenes where she's a badass, but for the most part, it's just really, really bad for her.
She's almost like the difference between Sarah Connor in Terminator 1 and Terminator 2.
Yeah, no, that's an extremely
That's a very good one.
Like, in Terminator 1, she still had the courage to get away and stuff like that, but, like, Sarah Connor coming back in Terminator 2 was, like, a badass. And it seemed like a weird direction for that character, too, but it's almost comparable if you just look at these two movies.
Yeah, and then, in 18, 40 years later, she was prepared. She was waiting for him to come back. She didn't really, not saying that she didn't fear him of coming back, but it's kind of like, I mean, she said it in the movie herself. She was hoping that he would escape. And in H2, I feel like a lot more fear was coming out of Laurie compared to 18 and that 40-year mark.
I feel like she's kind of past fear in a way in that movie because she's like got nothing, like she feels like she's got nothing else except for like making sure that Michael dies.
She's much more estranged from her family in that movie, so there's that going for her too.
It's definitely more of an obsession than fear in that movie.
I was just thinking, that bathroom scene earlier, was that the car she was driving?
Yes.
Okay, so that's just how they leave. They just steal the car. He
steals
that
one and leaves the other one.
Yeah, I was just thinking they kind of leave that unresolved. You really don't see anything, but I guess that's the most important
It's smart
part.
by him to switch vehicles.
Yep.
Yeah, no, definitely.
The other one would have been reported stolen.
Yeah.
Plus, I think the other vehicle, if you go back and look at that, it actually had a flat tire.
Well, no, that just makes him seem less smart. Way to ruin my theory.
Sorry.
My messages. Is everything all right? Okay. Oh my God, Max says we need a Leprechaun watch along. It'll happen at some point. I give you my word it'll happen, but I'm going to need a lot of alcohol and a lot of weed.
Movie.
Draven says, I wonder how long he was in that bathroom. Well, he might have had a serious case of diarrhea, and you can be in there for quite some time when dealing with that, so. I have no idea how long he was in there for. Jade mentioned earlier, though, not much blood on this scene. Then she mentioned what happens with this little thing here in a bit. That was pretty gruesome. Definitely the most gruesome part in the movie, in my opinion. Oh my God, is Max Elliott actually just Kieron? Kieron's burner account?
Guys, no hands, guys. There are other people who like Leprechaun out there. They exist.
Something tells me Michael never
Are you
wipes.
president of the fan club?
You might be able to smell him from a long way away if that's the case.
Yeah, Melissa, I actually really enjoyed Jeepers Creepers. The first one.
I liked the first one quite a bit. I think I said that on the show a few episodes ago that I really liked that franchise, but it drops off, but I really like the first one.
Robert said or asks, "Do you guys like H3? I think it's a hidden gem, very creepy, campy, and cult followings. I love H3. It's in my top 5 Halloween movies."
It's not bad.
It is in my top 5 Halloween movies. It's right above H2O at number 5.
I haven't seen it.
What?
The truth is,
Seen it
if it would have
once.
done better in the box office, it probably would have been the end of Michael Myers, but it didn't. So they went back. Oh God, Max Elliott really is Kieron. The first 3, the rest are bad. Bloody hell, he's basically echoing Kieron word for word.
Pretty much everyone, but everyone knows that because the fourth one is like worse than made for TV. Like it's like I don't even know how the fourth one is really bad. And I haven't.
No. Fuck.
How many, Kieran? How many
I think he's
fucking Leprechaun movies are there?
He's talking about Leprechaun, Tommy, not Halloween.
Oh, I thought he was fucking talking about Halloween.
Where
No.
does H4
No, I
fall
love
for
4,
you?
5, and 6, so that can't be
How many are
can't
there?
be accurate for me. I love Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 18. The rest of them are the kind of like for me. So
Kieran, how many Leprechaun movies are there?
there are 1, 2, 3, 4.
7?
The fourth one is the space one. There's 2 Leprechaun in the Hoods. There's
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Origins.
Holy shit! I must have been
And
living under a rock.
Leprechaun, like there's a new 2018 one I haven't seen yet.
So 9? This franchise has almost as many entries as Halloween?
Yeah,
Holy
because
shit!
there's a fan base and it's an amazing series.
Greg, I'm
Are you
going.
president of the fan club?
Yeah.
All 5 members?
There must be more than 5 members. They keep making movies. The only reason you do that is if you're making a bit of money. I'm assuming most of these are straight to home video though.
Yeah. I think so because I can't remember any of them being in the theater at that point.
Jesse says, "Isn't there a space one?" Yeah, that's what Kieran just said.
Look, I don't know if people don't like Warwick Davis, a little person pogoing on someone until they die with a pogo stick. Like, I don't understand why anybody watches anything.
Hey, that's more power to you, man. I'm not gonna judge you for the movies you like, because I got my movies that I like that a lot of people don't like. So trust me, I get it.
Like what? What do you like that no one else likes?
I actually like Scream 3, and a lot of people don't.
My favorite
Okay
part of
with
Scream
Scream
3 is
3.
the beginning.
We went and did a wash through of the first Scream a few months back, I want to say.
Oh, poor Frank Riker during that. Oh man, that thing couldn't have ended sooner for him.
For all of us.
Yeah, I saw
Fuck,
that. Well,
that movie fucking sucked.
Okay, well, see, that's just there. There you go. There's mine. I actually like the Scream franchise. I don't like Scream 4 really much at all, to be honest with you. I was very disappointed in that. But I know a lot of people that love Scream 4 and hate Scream 3. So I guess it all depends on what what you're looking for.
I went ahead and bought the triple pack of the Scream movies. That's something I like to do when we do watch-alongs. I'll get the DVD instead of just renting it. That way I can watch it again if I like it. But I haven't touched that Scream triple pack since we did the watch-through.
There's that little Easter egg Freddie was talking about.
Granted, I had this triple pack just sitting there, and I took it out from the plastic earlier. Just haven't opened it yet. So
I couldn't find when we agreed to do this. I couldn't find it. That's why I went on Amazon, and I was like, I wonder if it's, I can have next day delivery and it was. I saw the triple pack was $54. I'm like, well, I better go look hard to find this DVD because I'm not paying $54 for this triple pack.
I wonder if this is the only scene that mom and daughter share together in their careers. Does anybody know if they were in anything else together?
Not that I know of.
Jamie Lee Curtis's mom is Betty White. That was a joke.
Ha 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 ha!
I'm glad I got Tom to be holding his side there.
Jade actually liked that one shockingly, and we'll talk about April Fool's Day. I didn't go into that movie thinking I would, but yeah, I walked away with it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. What did y'all think of April Fool's Day?
It was shockingly good.
That's how I feel.
I was stunned. I expected it to be crap when Jade showed me it, and it wasn't. It was pretty compelling.
Yeah, somebody got me to watch it too, and I was like, okay. And then I was very surprised, and not to get too off track, but I think that's why when I told you I was impressed with the movie Spiral is because I really went into that just thinking it would be dog shit.
Robert and Draven both say they were in the fog together. So does Travis Middleton. Speaking of Travis, we got to get him on the show. It's been something him and I have been talking about for a while. Be a fun show. Shit's about to get decent. Finally, it's taken however long it is into the movie.
Just imagine the movie if they didn't have that opening scene too.
Oh, man.
So I went digging for the Halloween collection. That's what this triple pack is called.
Mm.
I found it on Amazon. Now, locations can vary, but I can get it, Prime shipping for $18.
Damn, what the hell was I looking at?
You were probably looking at a listing for the old issue. It's been reissued, but it has the same box art and all that. And I'm pretty sure I got this from Walmart because I got it cheaper than that.
That's where I got mine too.
You can get it from. I ordered it, but Walmart has it listed on their website for $8.
David Irwin's talking about shrooms.
Nice.
It's pretty embarrassing that they couldn't give us some new box art for a new release of that. Like,
did any of y'all pick up? I'm assuming not, since you have the triple pack, but the last Halloween box set that they had sent out.
Is that the one that was everything?
It has everything but H18.
Yeah.
I need that one.
Well,
Because
that's one on Amazon that I know is really expensive right now.
Yeah.
Because you can't buy it nowhere.
I mean, how much was it when it first came out?
It was
hundreds,
like, 150, I think, when it first came down. Then slowly went down to 100, and now it's basically hard to find.
a lot of people listed it for like $1,000.
Yeah,
That's
something's
just
crazy.
fucking stupid if you pay that much for it.
But if you look down, you can find listings that aren't that much, but there are people selling it for that much.
Just
Yeah,
go and buy all the the movies however you can get them cheapest. I mean, I bought the H18 and H1 double pack on Blu-ray. I have 2 and 3 a double pack on DVD, 4 and 5, and then I have this triple pack.
So this part right here, guys, do you think she's actually seeing him? I think she is.
I think she is.
Yeah.
I never really considered that she wasn't.
I tend to consider this as a real sighting.
I was going to say, a lot of people seem to think that it's just in her head, like it was in the daytime, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I think this is totally legit.
That last shot had very much Scream 3 written all over it. Hello, alien mask.
Jesus.
Hello, can't tell. Still the alien mask. Robert asks, do you guys think when a Halloween film does not have the original iconic Myers house in it, the film suffers? It's cool to see the Myers house, but it was so overdone that I'm going to disagree with that take. I think you can make a good Halloween film without the Myers house in it. For example, look at Halloween Resurrection. How many people like H20 better than Resurrection? I would think most people do.
Yeah, and I thought obviously it was on a sound stage for Resurrection, but I thought the house that they recreated was the best thing since the original. I mean, don't even get me started on 4 and 5 or 5. Jeez, looks like a fucking castle.
I have never understood why they did that with 5.
And
Nothing.
I saw like in a Halloween group that people were raging about it because it just went up for sale, and I'm like, yeah, it's a part of Halloween history. I get that. Like, I'm a big Halloween fan, but that's not a positive from the franchise at all.
Yeah, I am looking forward to, obviously, we all know the house is in Kills. David Gordon Green himself has confirmed that. We see it in 2 different timelines. I'm really curious to see what it visually looks like. Because I know they built one on a set and then one actually in the city.
Man, if I didn't know that, because I would have drove around the entire city when I went down there to try to find that shit. Unless, they blocked it off back in a lot somewhere.
The farther we're getting into this movie, the more I'm realizing what you said about this score being shit.
Yeah, it's bad.
I always like the theme being played on the synth keyboard though.
My movie's glitching hardcore. Hopefully I don't lose it here. Take a picture.
Why is it
of what looks
glitching?
like.
You're playing it from physical media.
Exactly. It had baby fingers all over it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no, there it goes again. I'll look at what my TV currently looks like in the staff chat. And it's still doing it. Fucking hell. It's not actually stopping, though, so... Or pausing, sorry.
Ew, what the fuck?
Yeah, I just did that for about 5 minutes, but it's clean now, so...
That's like you're watching something on some illegal third-party website in like the early 2000s.
I'm seeing in the chat. I must have missed something. Jade said we did that with the It House. Do you know what she's talking about?
Yeah. So It 1 and 2, the new ones, obviously. Part of those movies were filmed right in the same city that Kieron and I and Jade live in, and then, and then another city about 25 minutes from here. So.
Well, yeah, I was watching some type of film about it on YouTube. I know they built it both times and tore it down both times.
Yep. They didn't really give it a full build for the second movie.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
There's a lot of green screen.
I heard they were pretty lenient on letting fans come by and take a look at it.
I did not have the opportunity to do it, but I do know several people that did.
I had a friend who lived right by it.
It's actually funny because one of the scenes in Haddonfield, The Vanish, is shot on one of the streets that's shown during the first It movie. So.
That's pretty cool. I'm a big film locations guy. Like anytime I go to a different city, I like to look at stuff like that.
Toronto Freddy says Port Hope. Yes, indeed. Port Hope and Oshawa.
They have the... Go ahead.
Frank Riker says, this kiss scene is awkward as hell. This is coming from the same guy that wants to see Otherworld Peter Parker with Otherworld Aunt May. Interesting. I mean, I think everybody wishes Donald Pleasance was an H2O. I think.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Halloween 5, but at least it has Donald Pleasance.
Oh, exactly. That's really the only positive of that movie, in my opinion. And then when I know he said also should have written a Loomis type character. I think that would have been a little too much for this movie. I think they're gonna nail it in kills. But I think for H2O, that would have been a little too much. I think they did a nice nod to him in the beginning, and it's good where it's at.
Toronto Freddy says, because of it, Port Hope is a major tourist attraction. Yeah, it's more than just it, though, man. They do a lot of movies out there. For the life of me, I can't remember what it was, but there was a movie Charlie Hunnam was in with a couple other people that was shot in Port Hope as well. It's killing me that I can't remember the name of that movie. I'm going to IMDb this shit.
Yeah, we don't really have too much here in Virginia where they shot. We have the new Walking Dead series that nobody watches, and Dirty Dancing and Hannibal. That's about it.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah. Never seen the movie. I'm just being honest. I also saw on YouTube that they have the Laurie's house from 18, a bunch of people going down there and going inside, and supposedly the owners are pretty nice and let people go inside and tour it and take a look at it with no problem.
Interesting.
I know. I was talking to Matt Whitfield today, and I hadn't got a chance to message him back, but I was like, man, we should pack up the car and go down there and check it out.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That'd be really cool to just have a stream of that, see what that's like.
Welcome.
The funny part about that would be like, if you could go and see something like that, it would be like some of the movies where they're checking it out.
Yep.
This poor guy who's done nothing wrong has just landed himself a one-way ticket to his death.
Yep. And I think a nice nod to H2.
The Charlie Hunnam movie I was referring to is called Crimson Peak.
Mm.
It's with him and Jessica Chastain and Tom Hiddleston and Jim Beaver.
Frank, Mike knows it all, man. Mike knows it all.
He's
got the blueprints.
The other 364 days a year he works for AT&T.
Pumpkin Man Forever. I did, and I thought it was good. Not great. Not terrible. We're talking about Spiral.
I've seen so many mixed reviews on that. I hate that there's no way to watch it up here at the moment. I literally just everywhere. I've seen no real level of consistency in terms of people's reviews on it, and people whose opinions I really respect. It's just everywhere.
Yeah. And like I said, maybe I thought it was a solid movie because I went in with very, very low expectations.
Yeah, I want to check it out too for the same reason. I'm like, whether I'm hearing it's good or bad, I'm hearing like polarizing reviews of it. So like, nobody's saying like, oh, it was boring. They're like, oh, it was shit, or oh, it was awesome. Like, I'm hearing like extreme, so I want to see it anyways, right?
And if things were normal, I don't know if I would have went and saw it in movie theaters or not, because it didn't really intrigue me that much. I think one of the main reasons I went was because it's really one of the only movies that is out right now. I mean, next weekend we got The Quiet Place 2, and then after that you got The Conjuring. So things are starting to heat up, at least for the movie theaters. I know. Sean, you said y'all got restrictions at least until August.
Yeah, they just made it official that the earliest we're going to get into a movie theater is July. And even then, it's kind of skeptical. Although, this guy's finally getting vaccinated, so I'm happy about that.
Okay, I'm happy you brought that up. I got a story for y'all. Real good story.
Wait, you're going to tell the story over CGI mask? Oh, there it is.
There it goes. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. I got to get that mask. Holy fuck.
Look at the eyes, too.
Spooky.
No.
Man.
Oh, man, that was way worse than I remembered.
What were they thinking? Who is sitting in the editing bay going, you know what? Yeah, this is acceptable. I do like this kill, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Best one in the movie, in my opinion. Dean Renner, that mask is sick. Welcome to the Halloween Kills poster. It's actually that mask. He ditches the Burt mask for that mask for the entire movie. How many people would be automatically out in the movie? I would be.
The entire movie is actually CG. Like, there's not even people in it.
It's like you can almost throw a baseball through those eye holes.
I got Christopher Durand on Facebook. I wonder if we could get him on and ask him what the hell was the deal with the 4 different masks. David Irwin says, sorry, I joined the chat late and I didn't catch the new chap's name. A big hello and welcome from Ireland, bro. It's Mike. It's Mike Bish, and coming fall / winter here, you'll see Mike being the primary host on Thursday nights, at least once or twice a month. He'll have co-hosts with him, of course, but I'm going to take a bit of a step back on Thursdays, and Mike was the right guy for it.
What's up, David? Thanks for the welcome.
All right, so this is a good spot to probably chime in with this little quick story for you. You might get a laugh out of this.
I may interrupt you at some point just to be like, oh, mask change, oh, mask change, because it's about to happen.
So regions in your neck of the woods, they're like our counties down here. Durham region, that's like a few towns, right?
A few fairly significantly sized cities, I'd say.
Whatever.
They're not metropolitan cities, but...
So, Amanda was looking at your Facebook earlier and saw you posted that you had something booked for... Yikes. Ooh, that's a bad one. That you had your booking done in Durham region, because that's what you posted. She read it as you booked a vacation for Durham and assumed Durham was in Ireland. I'm like, she's like, Sean's going to Ireland? Like, already? He ain't going to fucking Ireland. There's no fucking way. So I go and pull up the post. I see the post. I'm like, honey, that says vaccination or vaccine. Not vacation.
That's hilarious.
Are you even allowed to go anywhere right now, or are you just as grounded as we are?
I think we can fly to countries not named the United States.
Yeah. I don't understand why. We're doing better.
I don't know.
They just looked at all that stuff up at my work, like restrictions as far as masks and stuff like that.
That one's always a spooky one. Head tilt. Slight head tilt.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's count. Everybody count together. Now, I'm pretty sure the H6 mask does not appear here, so it's just a combination of the alien mask and the open eye hole mask. So that's the open eye hole.
I think it's dumb that he just shows up from that hill.
And that he gets hurt from a friggin' stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that did it.
I really was impressed with Michelle Williams' performance.
Still
to
open
be
eye hole
honest.
mask. Yeah, I do like her in this movie.
You know what? I'm not. It doesn't bother me too much that he got hurt by the stone because, like, I don't think he got hurt. He just got leveled, like clotheslined with it.
There's the alien mask.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
I'm not a big fan of how this guy moves, either.
No, I'm in agreement with that.
I like this scene, but then again, it ruins it when they meet face to face.
Alien mask.
Ugly ass mask.
Still alien
The
mask.
face-to-face part is
This
the
kind of
worst.
scene takes me out of it. I'm not a big fan of it. Oh, you dropped the fucking keys. Oh.
Still alien mask. We're about to see the switching. We've already seen 2 switches. Alien mask. Still alien mask. I know this is going to get annoying. Open eye hole mask. Back to alien mask. Back to alien mask. Still the alien mask. That was the alien mask as well. I call it alien just because the eye holes are weird.
That Empire picture should have taken a still of this knife with the blood on it.
Still the alien, and then magic, it's the open eye hole mask.
Oh my god!
There's actually two
That's
different.
So bad.
There's 2 different shots of that exact shot right there. If you have I think it's the VHS of this movie, it shows the alien mask looking at her through. If you just Google it, you can see the alien mask looking at her through the weird little circle glass window piece there, and then there's the eye hole, which means they shot it 2 different times. Like, there was like 5, 6 mask changes there. Why?
Like you said, never explained.
Jonathan Clancy says, I'm late to the party here. I love H2O. Great friend of mine drove us to the cinema. It was the first film I saw on the big screen. That's awesome, man. That's fantastic. And I do like Halloween H2O a lot better than a lot of the films, but they're like, it really feels like self-sabotage at times.
I much rather would have seen this for my first Halloween movie in theaters than Rob Zombie's Halloween.
I probably would have like it when I first would have saw this. Like I would have been psyched about it. It like looking back, it's got a lot of like, it's dated a lot here too. Like there's a lot of things that you could tell like the time period when the movie's made.
Everything's a little too well lit for my liking.
It is. Definitely moves away from that first scene shot.
This part, this pisses me off so much.
You don't like this part?
That they not kill him. Yes, I hate.
Oh! I thought you were talking about this kill. I was
Not
about to
the
say
kill.
I like the kill.
The kill reminds me of the nurse kill from from H2.
Agreed. And the fact that his whole body is quivering.
Yeah, other than that.
That's nice. Good kill. Same here, Alex.
I'm going to just tear this door apart.
It's really odd there. Like that movement there is really odd. He goes back and sits kind of like a child.
Oh, you mean the, sorry, I was messaging Zach, which, by the way, Fandom News Now is up next, people. Immediately following this, Zach is talking Injustice movie coming, Warner Media on the move, Rick and Morty spinoff, all sorts of shit coming out today. Draven LL Cool J survived the Super Sharks. He can take a bullet. Oh my God, Deep Blue Sea. Is it bad that I like that movie?
No, because I did too. I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it first, though.
I have a thing for Thomas Jane. Huge man crush. I like his Punisher movie too.
So do I. He's really good in the series Hung. Have you seen Hung?
I have not, no.
Oh, it's hilarious. He's basically a man prostitute in the show. It's pretty awesome.
This
got,
right
like,
here
nothing
is
else to
perhaps
do
my
for money.
favorite
He's down
scene
on
of the
his
whole
luck.
movie. I don't know why.
And then they kill it with a horrific musical cue.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, this is where you get badass Jamie in this movie.
At least it's not Happy Halloween, Michael. That line in H18 is just fucking so cringe.
Hater. Hater.
I don't have a problem with it.
Gotta have comedic value.
Toronto Freddy, I would rather stare at a steaming pile of dog shit for an hour and a half than watch Rob Zombie's Halloween. ... Oh, wait, isn't that basically the same thing?
Yes.
Oh man, this whole thing where he's on top of the table is really dumb to me too.
Same arm, same spot.
Yeah.
I did notice.
I never thought of that before.
Yeah, I noticed in the first scene that when she woke up from her nightmare that they had a scar there on her.
I was going to mention that. They were definitely paying attention to continuity there. I just find the way that apparently she kills, finger quotations, Michael in this to be so weak. It's like, oh yeah, totally, that killed him for sure. Something that
she cut his fucking head off.
No. I mean,
The first time.
yeah, when LL Cool J's like, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead. He gets stabbed with a pole that doesn't go right through him and falls off of a second story thing through a table. Yeah, I'm just not buying that.
Yeah.
That's like something that happens in wrestling death matches like every
Right.
week.
I was actually going to bring
Like-
that up. Like, we're supposed to believe that killed Michael Myers?
And like Jamie knows that he's not dead and wants to go back for more. But the fact that they had LL step in or whatever was kind of weak to me. I mean, because let's be honest, who would step in? I'm like, go ahead, take him out, stab him as many times as you want.
This whole thing with the tables is dumb.
Throw the stick.
So that was the stab. Oh, our boy Lee McCoy is in the chat. How's it going, Lee? Spooky said he had a knife in his chest. Yes, and normal human beings survive being stabbed in the chest on a daily basis. In fact, someone probably was just stabbed in the last hour somewhere on the planet, and they've survived. I don't know. It's hard to suspend your belief when you've seen Michael be through so much shit.
So what do y'all prefer, Superhuman Michael or regular Mike?
Oh, that's tough.
It's very tough because I go back and forth with it.
Sorry, you're saying supernatural versus human?
Yeah.
Supernatural.
I think I dig Michael in H4 and specifically H6, the producers cut the most. He just seems to have like a Terminator feel to him. Like, you remember in H4 where Brady's just like, trying to go at him, and he just, the way he grabs the shotgun and holds it over and just like sort of lets it's very like robotic and creepy. But I do like Michael in H1 and in H18 as well, but I think I'm going to go with the more supernatural Michael.
Jay said 50 Cent got shot 8 times and survived. He actually got shot 9 times.
But he got shot like in the mouth or something, didn't he?
So it's official.
A couple times in the mouth and the hand.
Jade wants the 50 Cent versus Michael movie.
This to me is bullshit. He walks up, he's still alive.
Yeah, I agree.
They legit had this big tearful moment, and he got shot in the head, right in the head.
Oh, Draven. Draven's quickly becoming one of my favorites. By God, through a table, he's broken in half.
I do remember the first time I saw this, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's all?
Right? Like, that's like, oh, okay.
I like this, though. She's really off the reserve here, so really, really nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, it does look like Michael walked on the set of Dawson's Creek.
I just watched that show for the first time.
I'm good without watching that show.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. How's that go? I don't want to wait. Drum Dums. Lee says, I'll take H5 over H2O any day. Oh, that's tough.
Yep.
That's painful.
Yep.
Yep.
I wouldn't do that. Sorry. Can't do it at all.
That's me.
Kieran's with you.
Yeah, but Sean, I didn't get it. I didn't get to experience the whole Dawson's Creek theme because when they put it on Netflix, supposedly it was some copyright issue with the music, and they put a whole new intro in.
It's why I won't watch Supernatural on Amazon Prime.
It was crazy because so many people were on Twitter bitching about it.
I don't know how anyone could take a movie that has Donald Pleasance in it and put it below this.
That's valid. I'll say this: the more I watch H2O, the more it falls down my list.
Just like him, just like him, like bothering Jamie while she's in bed at the like that whole speech is so good. He's just like he goes from being soft, like you don't want him to, and then he's like shaking her and freaking out, and then like. The nurse comes over and she's like, Mr. Loomis, like, stop bothering her. And I don't know, that, like, everything. Loomis in that movie is so great.
Loomis definitely shined in 4 and 5.
Urban Legend, isn't that with, oh my God, Robert Englund and Michael Rosenbaum? Rosenbaum being from Smallville and Robert Englund being Freddy Krueger? Maybe I'm thinking of another film. What normal person could survive going through that windshield? Valid. And the way he sits up, and the fact that he's still alive at this point. Guy ate his Wheaties.
Yeah, I was going to say it earlier, but I was going to wait till we're here. I actually really liked this part.
So do I. This is where I thought this whole storyline, especially with Jamie, should have just ended. It would have been fine with me.
Yeah. They have to find, like, Michael always has to have, an opposite side of the coin, though, right? Like, if there's no Loomis and there's no, there's no Laurie, that's what makes Halloween better than Friday the 13th to me, is that he has a foil.
I agree. I really do.
Sustainable characters that don't all die in the same film.
Yeah. Someone you actually want to cheer for.
Yeah, but I just think it should have just been done right here, like I said, with this storyline, because as corny as the resurrection was as far as the opening and how he survived, I don't know which other way they could have went that would have made any type of sense.
Now, in the original version of this script, I believe it ends with him talking and her trapping him under a pool.
Ew, him talking?
Yes.
Ew.
I like how it seems emotional, he's reaching out, but his eyes say nothing.
I've always thought his eyes show, like, a child quality to them.
His eyes are very much the same eyes you see throughout the rest of the movie. That's Christopher Durand in that scene. So, again, I think it's better when Michael's eyes don't show, in my opinion.
I agree 100% with that.
Like, Lee, who's in the chat, has one of those bandage mask props from H4 that just looks fantastic. You can't see his eyes there. Obviously, the eye area is a little more darkened than the rest of the bandage, but I need to get myself that prop. The fuck does he say? I can't remember. There's so many different versions of Halloween H2O, and it was actually titled something else before as well. If you go back and pick up Taking Shape 1 by Dustin McNeil and Travis Mullins, those guys dive into H2O and just the mess that went on with trying to get that thing launched and the different variables that could have happened.
I think you can actually pick up 1 and 2 for a little cheaper on Amazon if you buy them both at the same time.
All right, back to Montreal versus the Leafs, which is the same score as when I left it, pretty much.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn this off. I'm not used to this. There we go.
I think I was hoping to like that movie more after watching it tonight, but I think I like it less after watching it.
Dude,
today.
I'm not kidding. The more I watch H2O, the less I like it. All I see is a bunch of potential and then these moments of what feels like self-sabotage.
I'll be the lone
I would
wolf.
rather have a movie where I really like 15 minutes of it and like the rest of it was than like a movie that's like just okay. Because then at least I have some part that I'm like, oh man, but that part was awesome. This movie has like nothing that I think is like, oh, that was awesome. Like just all kind of meh.
Hey everybody, I'm putting the link because it won't be on the same
Just
stream
did
this
it.
time.
Just
in
did
the
it.
chat we both did it. Fandom News Now is next. Zach will be live in about 15 minutes time, 10:05 we're aiming for. And he's got Warner Media move. It seems like it's happening. It affects HBO. It affects DC properties, obviously. He also has the new Rick and Morty spinoff details on his show. Injustice movie coming. It'll be an animated movie, but it's coming. I'm looking forward to that. And a lot more on Fandom News Now. That is up next. But in terms of this stream, that's going to do it here. That's the only problem when you do a watch along and you have a show after it, is you don't have time to sit there and dissect it, because usually our watch along streams go about 2.5 hours. So we lost a little bit here. Mike, appreciate you doing this, man. It was fun. We'll get back to normal business next week. I believe the Thursday show next week, we might be doing a top 10 list of our top 10 worst sequel movies ever made. And I mean, obviously, there's so many possibilities.
Sequel horrors or sequel anything?
Anything. Top 10 worst sequels, period. So take some time, research that list. Let's set it official for next Thursday. The
Titanic
worst...
2.
Oh, God. I didn't know it was a movie till a few months ago when someone in the chat pointed it out, and I watched the trailer. Holy cow. It's horrendous.
Should we say these are sequels that are like bad to good movies, or like, because there's a lot of sequels that are bad, but everything's bad about it.
Yeah, I mean, just
like
whatever.
A good movie with a bad
It doesn't have to be a part 2. It could be a part 4. It could be a part 5. It could be a part 7. Just something that's a sequel that's just a terrible movie. And we'll do our list next Thursday. It gives us a week to figure out what the hell's going on. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Fandom News Now is next. Tune in, link in the chat. Zach's got a lot going on over there. Tommy B, where can everybody find you at, mate?
Everyone can find me hanging out all our usual places. Fandom Empire Den, Future of Halloween. My Twitter and Instagram at TommyB1650. And as of the past week or so, we have our Discord server. If you are interested in Discord, reach out to one of us and we will make it happen.
Yes, we heard. We're not sharing that link publicly, so anyway, that's it for Tommy B. Appreciate it, man. Mike, where can everybody find you at, dude?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at MichaelBish_ and on Instagram at MBish_. And yeah, appreciate it. Discord as well, like Tommy said, and appreciate everybody tuning in tonight.
Awesome. Good stuff. Kieron, what's next for you in the Rick and Morty show, man?
Rick and Morty fan show. There's actually a lot of. I know that Zach's going to talk about the spinoff that was just announced. I'll leave that to him to do that. But I will also give my 2 cents about that on the Rick and Morty fan show, as well as some other things that are going on. And I also have a little bit of I'll tell you a little bit about a special guest I had recently that I'm going to be releasing an interview with. And you can also find me at the Kieron Presents show, which is coming up. And we're going to do Leprechaun, so, should be plenty of people in that stream. But you got to sign up for Patreon. So go and sign up for Patreon. I think you can get it for as low as $3.
$2 American. $2 American a month
$2.
is as low as it gets.
There you go. And you get my show with that. But there's lots of other tiers that you can subscribe to. But anyways, yeah, I'll be doing that. You can find me on the Rick and Morty Fan Show Facebook. You can find me at my Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at the Rick and Morty Fan Show. You can find me on Twitter at at Gogan Kieron, or you can just look up the Rick and Morty Fan Show. It's all the Rick and Morty Fan Show now.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon if you want to support us on that level. www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. And we might be around on the weekend. We'll see what happens. Got to finish getting this background up and the lights up, and maybe we'll do a live AMA and a Friday the 13th stream. We'll have to see what happens. Video game stream, that would be. Anyways, for our chat mods, Frank Riker, DMT, Tommy B, Jade, Matt Whitfield, who is absent tonight, and I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Tommy and Kieron are both here, so I think that's everybody. That'll do it. Fandom News Now's next. Have a great long weekend if you're Canadian, and if you're American, then have a great long weekend next week. And we'll see you next time, guys. Good night.